Good evening. This is Miss Gibson, and I'm here for our weekly update on what's going on in the classroom. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about today is phonics. So this is a key skill that helps your child become a confident reader. Phonics isn't one of those subjects you touch on for like a week or two, and then you move on. It's more of like an umbrella term, and there's a lot of things we do in the classroom underneath that umbrella term that are critical to your child's reading skills. So I wanted to go over some of those important things and how we can connect at home to at school. So phonics always doesn't feel like a chore for the kids or like schoolwork, but sometimes it could be fun and it could be done at home with your parents. So phonics is all about the understanding of the relationship between letters and sounds. A, B, B. These are things we understand now as adults, but there was once upon a time where we didn't know how to read and somebody taught us these things. So it's important that we instill these skills with your child. So when kids know these letter sounds connections, they can decode or sound out words on their own. This is a critical skill when reading, when learning new words. We still do it to this day. If you're presented with a word you don't read frequently, high frequency word, you're gonna decode it. You might not realize that's what you're doing, but that is the skill. Phonics is like a secret code that helps kids learn to read. Every letter or group of letters has a sound. For example, B, B, and Ch, the CH. When children know these sounds, they can blend them together to write words like bat or chip. Phonics also helps with spelling because kids can hear the sounds and write the letters that match. In first grade, we teach phonics in a very structured way with explicit instruction. We start with simple sounds and letters. So typically letters that sound like their name. So you have B and B. You could kind of hear the sound in the name of the letter. So that is something we would consider like a more simple sound and letter. And then we move into blends and digraphs and vowel patterns and all of those fun skills. So like I said, this isn't something we touch on once, like it's spaced out throughout the year and throughout several years of your child's literacy education. But I want to tell you about some activities we use at school. So we spend a lot of time with sound games, word building, and reading practice. Sound games look like me maybe saying the word ch or the sound ch and asking children to give me a word they think starts with that sound. But the main point of this video is so I could get you guys involved. So parents, you are an important part of your child's reading journey. Here are some simple ways you can connect phonics at home that won't feel like homework to your child or feel like as much of a burden to you and your household. The biggest thing I could recommend is reading together daily, whether that be reading to go to bed, maybe we're reading at homework time before dinner, whatever that may be. Let your child sit there and struggle a little bit with words that you think they should be able to pick up on. You should have an idea of these words based off of the high frequency word list I send home every week. So if you haven't seen it on there and it's not something you see every day, chances are they also don't see it every day. So maybe help them out with those, but let them try. Practice sounds. Play games where you find objects that start with a certain sound. So a good idea I thought of was I spy. Instead of saying I spy something white, say I spy something that starts with the sound S, and letting your child more than likely find several things that start with that sound. Okay, write together. Encourage your child to write. If they need to remember something for school tomorrow, encourage them to write it down. Or maybe they want to tell you something, but you're on the phone and you need them to tell you later. Tell them to write it down. It'll be good practice for them and it'll help you. And I cannot stress this enough. If you have any questions, please contact me. But I have so much faith in you parents that you do not need to be scared when it comes to applying yourself in your child's education, because you are more than educated. You've been doing these skills your whole life and you weren't even aware of it. But to emphasize, phonics lays the foundation for reading fluency and comprehension. When a child can decode words confidently, they'll spend less energy figuring out words and more energy understanding the story. In education, we discuss learning to read versus reading to learn. So your students right now are in 1st grade. They're in this bubble of they're learning to read. But in 3rd grade and beyond, for the rest of their life, they'll be reading to learn. So it's important that we get them there. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Supporting your child with phonics can be simple, it can be fun, it doesn't have to feel like work. And reading together is really truly a bonding moment. Keep encouraging them to read and write, and thank you so much. Let me know if you have any questions.